Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Jonny Bradley, and today we're going to be looking at how to sell on Amazon as a beginner in 2018. Now, this is going to be a very simple step-by-step guide for people that really want to know more about Amazon. So make sure you are subscribed, turn on those notifications, leave any questions down below in the comments, and let's get straight into it. Welcome. Now, just to introduce myself a little bit further, my name is Jonny Bradley, if you don't already know me. What I do on my channel is kind of Amazon FBA. We talk about affiliate marketing and general entrepreneurship and online entrepreneurship. So this video is particularly about how to sell on Amazon, but if you want to know more, then you just subscribe for my daily uploads, okay? Now, this video, how to sell on Amazon in 2018 as a beginner. This is a bit of a longer video, so you might want to kind of take notes. You might want to get a notepad or get a notes document and take notes as we go, take screenshots. If you get any questions, no matter how small they are, leave them down in the comments. I respond to every single person. If you don't feel comfortable doing it in the comments, you can always reach out to me at info@johnnybradley.com. The information, again, is all in the description if you want to get in touch with me. Right, now, if you stay until the end, I promise you, this is going to be the most valuable video you have ever watched on Amazon FBA. I've really put a huge amount of information into this and explaining a lot of the secrets a lot of people don't talk about. If you look at the other videos that are related to this, you'll find them all to be 10 minutes, 15 minutes long, and they're never going to give you the information that you need all in one place. So this video hopefully should help someone that's really looking to understand more about Amazon FBA and private labeling all in one place, okay? So there's a huge amount of content. And my goal is, honestly, this video, I want it to be the best one that you can find on the internet at the moment in 2018. And, you know, it's only been made better by you guys kind of interacting, asking questions that you think that I've missed or stuff that you want to know about, or sharing your own experiences. So I'm really excited to get started today. I hope you are too. So let's continue on and just give you a little bit about that. Give you a bit of backstory about myself. So like I said, my name is Jonny. I've been like an online entrepreneur or whatever for just under a year. I started my online journey on the 28th of April 2017, and that may not sound like a long amount of time, and honestly it's not. I was working a 9-to-5 job. I was actually very unhappy with what I was doing, always performing very well in my jobs, and I always have done. And kind of previously I've worked at Apple for a long time, so I really focused on working very hard, putting in 200%, trying to get an extra £1,000 a year raise, and it got to that point where I realized that I was wasting my time. I was spending time working on someone else's business when I should have been working on myself and trying to create multiple income streams so that I can quit my job, so that I can fire my boss, you know, don't have to work the 9-to-5, I can live the laptop lifestyle and really kind of live on my own terms. And I started that process on the 28th of April 2017. You can go back to my very first YouTube video where I actually start documenting how I'm going to learn how to sell on Amazon. So you can go back and you can look from the very first video on how I've done that. But what I'm here today to show you is how you can actually go ahead and do the same thing, okay? My YouTube channel is based around really Amazon FBA. Particularly we're looking at normally the UK market, because as you can probably tell, I'm British, I'm in the United Kingdom. So a lot of the stuff I talk about are UK specifics, but in this video, the information is universal, okay? It's going to work if you're in Spain, if you're in the US, if you're in Australia. The content will be very similar. Once you get into my YouTube channel and you watch some of my other videos and some of the resources I have available to you, you'll see the specific UK content as well. But if you're interested in FBA, then this is going to be the video for you. So this is super important. I've basically brought together all the questions that people... my phone fell down. I brought together all the questions that people ask me on a daily basis. I get hundreds of emails, messages, texts, whatever, comments asking me questions about Amazon FBA, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. So today, this is what we're going to go through. We're going to go through the business model. This is what you really need to know. We're going to go through the business model, how to find products and what you're looking for, how to find a manufacturer, how to assess profitability, how to launch a product, how much time do you need, how much money do you need. Then I'm going to give you some additional stuff at the end, which you'll have to wait until the end for that sort of stuff. So hopefully, if you want to know this stuff, guys, you want to stick around for all of these particular sections. You don't want to miss any one part of it, because they are all important. They're integral to the success of your Amazon business, okay? Let's go straight into it. And today you are going to learn, right? You're going to learn the complete Amazon FBA business model. I'm not going to miss anything out. You will learn everything. You're going to need everything you know to start selling on Amazon literally right away. You're going to understand the common mistakes that cost people thousands, right? Thousands and thousands. You're going to not be caught in that trap. You're going to understand what catches people out. And you're going to understand my full RSL strategy in full. Okay, that's my research, my sourcing, and my launching strategy that I share on my YouTube channel. I share in my other resources as well. And you're going to learn that today. So there are two ways to learn how to sell on Amazon. There are two ways, okay? The first way is the hard way. Let's talk about this for a little bit. Now, you spend hours researching online for the right information, and you never get the full story. And honestly, guys, a lot of people say to me, well, you can find all this information online. Well, yes, you can find the information online, but it's sort of like having a recipe book, right? Having a cookbook. You can go and buy the ingredients separately, but if you don't have the recipe, if you don't have the cookbook, you don't know the order in which to put them together to. You don't know if you're missing out something. You don't even know the measurements. So yes, the information is out there and available, but it's not available all in one place when you look for free information. This is why this video is going to be so massive, is because I'm putting all of this information into one place for you. You won't see other people doing this. The next thing is you make mistakes that could cost you thousands, and you don't have anyone to learn from, okay? If you make mistakes that cost you your first shipment, then you're going to be really disheartened. You're going to be put off the business model and think that it doesn't work. And that's not the case. It just means that you didn't have the information to go ahead and do it. Lots of people don't have mentors to learn from. When I started, I really wanted people in the UK that I could learn from, and there's very, very, very few people. So that's why I created my YouTube channel, so people can learn from me, and we can come together as a network in the UK and learn from each other, okay? So I personally believe learning from people and learning from people's mistakes is instrumental to your own success. The other hard way is you struggle to make it work, okay? People often give up and never actually achieve their dreams because they get stuck at little things, tiny little things that actually, if they just had someone to network with and to leverage, they would have never made that mistake in the process of doing it. So the hard way, guys, spending hours researching and actually not getting the full story, making mistakes, not having a mentor, and really struggling to make it work. And I don't want you to be in that situation. That's not it's not the desired outcome that I want for you guys. I want you guys to basically have it the easy way, or the much better way, as I put it. So I personally believe, you don't have to agree with me, I personally believe that you need to find a mentor. And you might be nodding and thinking, yeah, I should find a mentor. You want to acquire the knowledge all in one place. Like, I personally believe that time is money. I would rather have everything all in one place, save time, and spend a bit of money on it. Fortunately, I'm doing this video completely for free for you guys. It's uploaded on YouTube. It is free. So that's the big thing. You're going to acquire a lot of knowledge today all in one place for free. But I personally believe that you should pay for knowledge. I personally believe that you can buy success. You should pay for mentors. You should pay for seminars and stuff like that. I have a lot of videos on this on my channel about, if you mimic what successful people do, you will also be successful. And guess what? Successful people value self-education. The other thing, which I believe is a much better way to do it, is have a support network of other sellers and other entrepreneurs around you. Everyone always says that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend time with, or you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with. If you hang around with 5 people that are not entrepreneurs or not Amazon sellers, then you're going to really, really struggle to network and come up with cool ideas that are going to help your business. Whereas if you have a support network of entrepreneurs and Amazon sellers or e-commerce experts, then it's going to really help you within your own development, your own personal and business journey. So that's what I believe to be the better way. I'm sure you guys will agree with me as well, that all of these things are important. And if you don't agree with me, then I would really just kind of urge you to look at some other videos about success habits, okay? Just search it in YouTube. I've got a few videos on it, but I believe this is important, and this is why this slide is in here, is because I do personally believe it's a much better way to operate. And this is awesome. I found this this kind of cutout. I think it was a Millionaire Mentor posted this. So it's the importance of taking action. I'm just going to read this out to you guys. I know you can read it for yourself. I'm going to read it out. So Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, invited 5 people to his Harvard dorm room 9 years ago, and probably more than 9 years now, to discuss a business opportunity. Only 2 of those people showed up, and they got in. Today, those people are billionaires. Okay, they're billionaires. And what this article is about is nothing is more expensive than a closed mind and a missed opportunity. Thinking about it, right, for too long can cost you a whole lot of money and time. Taking action now can earn you a whole lot. It's your choice, it's your life. It's up to you to make that decision. Okay, you have to make the decision. I can't make it for you. You know, I had a great interview with a guy called Greg Mercer. He's the CEO and founder of JungleScout, and you're going to learn about that in a little bit. And he said, if you have two people, one of them has a lot of money to invest, one of them has very, very little, but the person that has very little starts now, and the person that has a lot more money starts in a year's time because they're not quite ready, they haven't made that decision, the person that has less money and starts now will be more successful. They'll have a bigger company, let's say in 2 years' time, than the person that starts, you know, in a year's time but has more money to invest. Getting started sooner rather than later is so important, because you're going to learn from your mistakes, and you're not going to get everything right first time. And I'm not trying to sell you the dream here, guys, but I'm just saying, just start now and you will be rewarded in the future. You honestly will be. Now, a lot of people say, well, I need to be first. You know, if you know, it's too saturated or whatever. You don't need to be first, okay? You need to just mimic success. You need to find products and services, and this is really in any entrepreneurship, you need to mimic someone else that has been successful and do the things that they're doing so that you can have a percentage, or, you know, the same or even more success than they're having. You don't have to be first. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to be a massive innovator, but you do have to start, right? You do have to start. And Tony Robbins puts this really well. If you don't know Tony Robbins, highly recommend just looking at some of his content. He's a massive motivational speaker. He's really great at bringing the best out of people. And he said, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results that you want and copy what they do, and you'll achieve the same results. Let's read that again. If you want to be successful, okay, so if this is you and you're watching this video and you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results that you want to, and just copy them. Basically, just copy them and you'll achieve the same results. Now, I wouldn't personally say you'll achieve the same results. You could achieve some of the results or even more of the results, but it's a formula, guys. If you model success, you're very, very likely to be successful. If you do what successful people do, you'll have success. If you do what unsuccessful people do, you will probably be unsuccessful. It's very, very simple. So you need to remember that, guys. You really, really need to remember that. Now, before I reveal all the secrets and you kind of continue to guide, I do want to just give you a little disclaimer, guys. Now, I will walk you through the specific systems, criteria, and strategies that are earning many people, you know, 5, 6, and 7-figure incomes. But those results, or my results, you know, they're certainly not typical. And the average person who attends any sort of training gets 0 results. That's because they don't take action. However, I'm happy to show you exactly what's working for me for free today, okay? This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not for people like the work-from-home business opportunities or people not willing to put the time or work in. This is not like it's just not a get-rich-quick. I'm not trying to sell you a dream. I'm just telling you what you have to do, and you can make up your own decision based upon your own thoughts and feelings, your own knowledge and experience about what you want to do. This certainly isn't going to work if you don't put the work in, okay? Like anything, it doesn't work if you don't take action and you don't put the work in. There's nothing I can do to help you take action, okay? There's nothing I can do to make you do that. So shall we get started? Do you want to hear what we've got for you today? So we've got a few minutes in now, which is pretty good. I want to start going through this content. So the next section of this video is really going to be content heavy. You're going to want to have a notepad. You want to take screenshots. And if you get questions, as you get questions, leave them in the comments, and then I can get back to you, you know, as soon as I can. I normally get back to comments within about 24 hours. Okay, so just leave them down below, guys. So let's talk about the first thing, the business model itself. Okay, now there's 2 things that we need to know about. First of all is Amazon FBA, okay? And the second thing is private labeling. So the first thing we're going to talk about is private labeling. So if you see this picture here, you can see kind of generic packaging of some coffee beans, some tubs of something or other. But the point is that private labeling is where you take a kind of generic product or just a product and you put your own label on it. You put your own brand on that product, and then it becomes your product. And you'll see this all the time. If you're not aware of this, if you now go to a shop, like a gift shop, you're going to see the same products that you see everywhere, but they're going to be branded for that particular shop. Now, that's what private labeling is. Amazon is full of private labelers. It's full of them, okay? And that's what we're going to be doing. The next thing is you need to understand is fulfillment by Amazon, or Amazon FBA. So what that process is where we will send our products to an Amazon fulfillment center. They're ginormous warehouses where Amazon store products. A lot of people have a misconception that Amazon sells their own products and solely their own products, but actually Amazon's business model is to sell other people's products. So as a private labeler, as a business, we're going to get our products and we're going to send them, we're not physically going to send them, we're going to get them sent to an Amazon fulfillment center. Amazon will then store your product in their warehouse. So when a customer buys it online, actually what Amazon is going to do, they're going to pick the product. They actually have like robots and stuff doing this. They're going to pick the product and they're going to have it sent out to the customer, delivered to the customer. And also if there are any returns, if there's any customer service issues, Amazon's actually going to deal with that for you. So why is Amazon FBA a great business model? It's something called passive income, okay? And this is why I talk about this. I'm a massive advocate of passive income, and that just basically means do the work up front and then reap the benefits again and again and again without actually doing much work. So we're going to organize, and I'll show you how to do this later. We're going to organize, our products to be made in China or actually anywhere. We're going to have our manufacturer send them directly to Amazon, so we don't physically touch the product at all. We don't touch it, we don't deliver it, we don't put barcodes on it, we don't go to the post office. Then Amazon are going to do everything for us. So when a customer buys, I don't have to do anything. People could be buying my product right now and I wouldn't know any different. The only way I can find out is, where's my phone? But the only way I can find out is just open up the Amazon seller app, kind of swipe down to update it, and I'll be able to see how many units I've sold that day. I don't do anything, which is why this is a passive income. You do the work up front, you organize your product, and then you send everything to Amazon. Again, you don't even do it. Get it sent to Amazon, and then they will do the rest of it. All you have to do is worry about your listing and reorders. It's very, very simple. So that's why this is a great business model, because it's passive, very, very hands-off. So our goals, right? Our goals when we're doing Amazon FBA and private labeling is that we want to find profitable products, okay? Now, they have to have high sales volume, they have to have low competition, custom branding. We get them shipped to Amazon, we optimize our listing, and we launch our product to page 1. So let's go through these in just a little bit more detail. So find profitable products. Now we want to be able to find a product that sells, or we can buy from China, for example. We want to maybe buy it for £3, okay? We then want to get it to the UK, which will cost some money in kind of taxes and customs duty and shipping. Maybe it then costs £4 a unit. We want to then sell it on Amazon for £20 or $19.99. There will be some Amazon fees, which I'll discuss with you later, but we're going to make some profit on that. Now, why is this so important to find profitable products? If you can't find a profitable product, there's no point doing this business model. If you don't think about your marketing costs or your selling fees, then again, you can maybe not have profit. But through this video, you're going to learn how to do that. Now, high sales volume. Why do you want high sales volume? We want to sell products that already sell very well. We do not want to sell products that aren't proven to have a volume in the market. So if, for example, we're selling these mugs, if they're not selling very well, we do not want to sell them. We don't want to sell them. However, if there's these iPhone stands, and they're selling really, really, really well, there's loads of volume, there's lots of customers coming onto Amazon and buying them, that's the sort of product that we want to buy and we want to sell on Amazon. We want to sell things that are in demand. We don't want to sell things where we're struggling to shift the units. Low competition. Now, think of this like a street with loads of hairdressers on it, right? You go down the street, it's got loads of hairdressers and barbers on it. There's too much competition. You don't know which one to go into, and it's going to be really hard to stand out as a barber and a new business on that street. You have to put more money into your marketing, you have to put more money into your storefront. It's exactly the same on Amazon. If it's a competitive market and there's loads of sellers with loads of reviews and really kind of long selling history, and the products are great, their pages are great, then it's going to be hard for a new seller to get into that market. So what we're going to look for is high amount of volume of sales, but a low amount of competition. And I'm not saying a low amount of sellers. I'm saying the amount of sellers, they're not very good. They have bad pictures, or they have bad reviews, or not very many reviews. Because we can come in as a new company, as a new brand, and we can start to capture some of those sales. And that is really the key to success here. We're then going to custom brand our product. So we need a product where we can really custom brand it, and you can do it you can do it to a small level, or you can go really, really, really kind of hard into the branding. It depends on the product. So for example, if you were to go into the supplement business, it's all about branding. It's just all about the branding and the image that you're portraying to your customers of your value. So branding is super important. We need to brand our products. We need to do it. So you might as well do it well, okay? the next thing is we want to get them shipped to Amazon. So what we do is I personally speak with my suppliers online. I don't speak to them over the phone or anything. I don't have to go to China to do it. And we're going to get our products shipped from their factory after they finish manufacturing. They're going to get them, they're going to send it through like FedEx or DHL over to the UK or whatever country you are in. They will then have it delivered to Amazon's warehouse. And that's it. It's nice and easy. It takes like 2 weeks. It doesn't really take that long. And you get your products in the Amazon warehouse. That's amazing. The only other things you have to do is optimize your listing. And what that means is have really nice pictures, high quality pictures. You've got to have a nice title. You've got to have kind of bullet points and descriptions, some reviews on there so that your listing is optimized for conversions. So to convert a prospective customer to a customer. Then you're going to launch your product, so you're going to get a high volume of sales very, very quickly, and you're going to get your product to page 1. So if we're searching for iPhone stand, I'm not suggesting you do this as a product, but if you're searching iPhone stand, your product is going to come up on that first page of Amazon, because then we're going to be making sales. We're going to make organic sales from the fact that we are listed on that first page. The higher towards the top of the first page, the more units we're going to be selling. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Again, if you've got any questions, let me know down in the comments and I will answer you. So we've looked at the business model, okay? The business model, nice and simple. We're going to use Amazon FBA and private labeling. That is the business model. And really, this is how it works. You find profitable products with high sales and low competition. You custom brand it, have it shipped to Amazon, optimize your listing, create your listing, and then launch your product to page 1. That is the business model. It's nice and easy. Don't you agree? It's pretty simple, okay? When you put it like that, it's pretty simple. And it's passive, which is awesome. So let's move on to the next thing, how to find products. Okay, so I have a bunch of videos on this. There's many videos, so if you want to go and have a look at them, then please, after this video, go and have a look at the other videos, okay? I have a whole playlist about Amazon FBA. But let's look at my RSL strategy. So we're going to go into this now. How to find products to sell on Amazon. Now this is, we're going to use actually a program called JungleScout, and it's a program developed by a guy called Greg Mercer. He's an Amazon seller. He does nearly 500,000, if not more. I think last year he did about $700,000 of revenue on Amazon, and he came together and he was like, there's no way to analyze the listings. There's no way to analyze the demand and the competition. So what he did is he actually developed this program called JungleScout, which allows us as new sellers to very quickly analyze the market and find products that meet our criteria. So we can find products that have a high amount of sales and low amount of volume. I do have some links in the description for JungleScout. You do have to pay for these. I think what we're going to go on to is talk about the. I'll wait for that. Actually, I'll wait. We'll go on to it in a second. So this is a criteria that you're going to look for. So you can use JungleScout right now and you can find products that meet these criteria. So high sales. Now, what does high sales mean? Personally, I would say anything from 300 sales a month up to 2,000 sales a month would be high sales. Really, the more the merrier. Like that's what we're going for. We want most of the people on that first page of listings. We want most of them to be selling in the hundreds of units, because we know that if we're a new seller and we get on the first page, we too will be doing hundreds of sales. And so if you want to look at 10 sales a day, 300 sales a month, then you can go with that. If you want to be doing 20 sales a day, you need to be finding products that sell on average 600 units a month. So high sales is super important. The next thing is we want low competition. So when we look at competition, we're really looking at the number of reviews that a seller has. Some people say under 20, under 50, under 100, under 150, and really it depends on the volume of sales that are available, the amount of sellers in the market, and also the quality of their listing. So this is very variable, and throughout my other videos and throughout my other resources, I go into more detail about how you can get involved in different markets, because if there is slightly more competition in a marketplace, then you'll have to spend more on marketing. However, if you have a product that has a higher profit margin, then you might be able to do that. So this high sales, low competition, some people say, well, you need 600 sales and you need under 75 reviews, and it's really rigid, and that's what you must do. And that's not the case, guys. I'm here to tell you that there is leeway within these metrics. You just have to look at it objectively and don't make decisions just based off the numbers. You need to make decisions based on the whole product, literally as a whole, and all of the listings. The next thing is lightweight. Now, we want to get our products shipped by air. Now, the reason we want to do this is because it's very, very quick. Now, if you have a product that is heavy, it's really not going to be a good idea to get it shipped by air because it's going to be very expensive for you to be doing that. So like a kilogram by air, for example, it depends on the actual volume it takes up, but it might be $5–6 per kilogram, which is a lot of money, and that eats into your profit margin. At that point, you want to get it shipped by sea, which again I can tell you about later, and I have more videos on. But we want them to be lightweight initially, and as you build up more experience within Amazon, you might then move to sea shipping to save on some costs. The next thing is we want our product to be brandable, and if the product itself isn't brandable, we can have custom packaging made, or on the Jiffy bag or on the little Ziploc bag we can have our logo, but we need to be able to brand the product in some way. Now the reason we need to do that is so that other people can't sell our product. So if, for example, we're selling these, these iPhone stands, and on the back it was, Jonny's accessories, that means no one could sell this exact product as me. Now, they could sell their product with their logo, but they couldn't sell this product with my logo. That also means that we can get around something called hijacking. Now, granted, this might be a little bit too much information straight away, but hijacking is where a seller will try and sell on your listing. So you're the customer, this will make sense in a second. You're the customer, you go onto Amazon, you search for iPhone stand. You click on a listing, which is my listing, and on it, there'll be a thing that says, in brackets, 2 new from $14.99. So what's happening is there's other sellers that are actually selling on my listing. So if you add to basket, and it happens to be that their product is cheaper than mine, and it's the same product, their product will go in your basket, and they'll get the sale. However, you clicked on my listing, but I don't get the sale. So that's called hijacking. You're hijacking a listing. Now, the way we get around that is we brand our product, okay? We make a private label product. That means that no one can actually sell the exact same product as us because it is different because it has a different logo, okay? Or it might be a different color, but there's something different about it. The next thing, and this is super important, and a lot of people don't really, they don't understand the importance of this, so make sure you guys do. And it's, make sure there's room for improvement. So you can look at all the listings of all the different iPhone stands and you can see what customers say are good and bad about it. Make sure that your product does not represent the bad things and the things that brings that product down and the reason why people get bad reviews. You don't want your product to do that. The other thing is that pictures are so important within Amazon. If sellers have bad pictures, then you make sure that you have better pictures in them because you'll probably get more sales because of that. The same with the listing quality, like the titles, optimized titles, optimized keywords, optimized, bullet points and descriptions. Those all go in the area for room for improvement. The last thing, and probably one of the most influential things, is something called bundling. This is where you'll sell one product with something else. So I might sell my, Jonny's accessories, iPhone stand, and I might sell it with, let's say, a cleaning kit. I might not, but off the top of my head, I might do something like that, like cleaning kit, like a little cloth. So you'll get it for free. You get this little cleaning kit for free, which means that your product then becomes more desirable, and you're going to steal more sales from your competition, and that's actually what we want to do. So that's the criteria, guys. So this is the first thing that I personally use, and it's called the JungleScout web app. Again, the link is going to be down below. Now, what you do here is you have a look on the left-hand side. You can see the different marketplaces. I have the UK highlighted, but you can do it in the US, you can do it in Germany or France or Canada, whatever. You then choose the categories that you want to be searching for products in. Now, some of these categories are called, they're gated, which means that you're not allowed to sell in them straight away. However, I can actually teach you how to get ungated, which means that you can sell any product. Like, everyone wants to sell in health and personal care, and a lot of people don't even look at these products because they think that they're not allowed to sell them. That's not the case. You need to know how to jump through a few hurdles for Amazon so that you can prove that you're a legitimate business. So you select the ones that you want to have a look at. In the middle of the screen, you'll see all the different filters, so their price, the estimated sales, reviews. Think of this like when you go on like Auto Trader and you want to find a particular car with a certain amount of mileage, a certain color. It works in exactly the same way. So we want to find products, for example, that sell between 15 and 35 pounds. I want the estimated sales, so the sales volume every single month, to be a minimum of 400. I want the reviews to be under 100. So you can play around with these like crazy, and there's loads of other different filters. On the very, very right-hand side, you've got product tier, which is a standard one. We want to have standard size, which is a small size. And there's a few other different bits and pieces, but we're not really going to worry about them. We hit search, and what this is going to do is going to come up with every single listing that meets your criteria. You can then go through them and then see if they're going to meet your criteria. High sales, low competition, lightweight, brandable, and there's room for improvement. And that's how we do our product research. However, there is one thing we need to do. We need to use something called the JungleScout Chrome extension. So once we've loaded up our the keyword, for example, so let's say we find on here iPhone stands, okay? We need to figure out what the broadest keyword is. Now, what is a broad keyword? When a customer goes on Amazon, what are they actually searching for to find this product? Are they searching for plastic screw adjustable stand? They're not. They're not doing that at all. They're searching for iPhone stand or phone stand. So what's the broadest keyword that a customer would search for? We then search that into Amazon and we load up something called the JungleScout Chrome extension. See that little the little circle there, your little J and little S? So this is on Google Chrome, and you click that, and what it's then going to do is analyze all those listings on that first page. It's going to tell you the price, who it's sold by, the rank of how it's ranked within its category, the amount of sales it's getting per month, the amount of revenue they're generating from those sales, and the amount of reviews they've got. So this is a great way where we can analyze that first page of listing. So if you look at the one that I've got on the screen, you might not be able to see, my face might be in the way, but all the sales are over kind of 200, some of them over 400, and the reviews, you won't be able to see them all, but they're quite high. A lot of them over 100, a lot of them over 200 or 300. So this would be what I would class as a competitive product, because the sales, they're not amazing, they're not bad, but the reviews are quite high. So we're going to do that basically over and over and over again until we find that kind of that perfect product. I say that perfect product, that product that meets our criteria of high sales, low competition, and room for improvement, and it's brandable and lightweight. And this is what takes a little bit of time within Amazon FBA. So we're going to go on to how much time it takes at towards the end of the video in terms of once we understand the whole process. But those are the two main product research methods that I use. There are loads of other methods, and I'm going to show you some of those again towards the end of the video. Analyzing competition. So for example, I've brought up this running belt, okay? And it's a nice running belt. The picture's on the left-hand side. The pictures could be better. There's no lifestyle photos, and we can actually have one more picture on here as well. The title itself, again, it's pretty good. We've got some keywords in there. Again, it could probably be optimized a little bit better. We've got lots of different colors. We've got some bullet points and things like that. So when we're analyzing our competition, we're looking from a customer's perspective of, what is this listing like? Is it a good listing? Does it make me want to buy? Has it got the right keywords in it? Is it showing you the benefits and the features and all that sort of stuff? So that's what we're analyzing. We're going to make sure that our listing, say if we were selling this product, is better than their listing. That is important. Don't do this if you're just going to not put time into your listing, time into your pictures. That's one of the failure points, guys. If you don't do that, you're probably going to fail. You've got to put time into your listing, because this is your storefront. If you walk down the street and there's a really shabby store that's dirty, and it just looks a bit horrible, you're not going to walk in through the door. This is your storefront. You've got to put time into it. So what to look out for, okay? You've got to look out for pictures. The pictures are like the number one thing. The number one reason why I buy stuff on Amazon is your picture, okay? It's like the picture, the price, and the reviews. You've got to make sure your title tells the customer what the product is, but importantly, it tells Amazon what the product is. Your bullet points, your descriptions, again, they all have to be informative. They discuss the benefits of the product, the features, and your guarantees and stuff like that. So if a customer does check out your bullet points, they're going to understand more about the product. It's not going to be rubbish. It's not going to be unoptimized. It's going to be straight to the point. It's going to show the features and the benefits to buying that product and how it's going to change that person's life. The last couple of things we've got are the reviews and the bundling. So look out for how many reviews people have got, but look at the good and the bad reviews. What do people do that are good? What do people do that are bad? Make sure your product does not do the same things, like poor quality. You might have one listing that's got, this is really bad quality, it fell apart within a few hours. You want to make sure that you don't have the same product in terms of the same manufacturer, right? You want to make sure you have a high quality product, you get samples. Bundling, so that's when you have a couple of products bundled together in the same package, but one of them is like free, okay? So people pay for the main product, and then you're throwing in an extra product for free. If people are doing it, what are they selling? If they're not doing it, why aren't they doing it? Can you do it and then capture more sales because you're bundling? So that's a really great, honestly, it's a really great way to differentiate yourself, and that's through bundling your product. So guys, do you like this video so far? Are you finding this informative? Are you finding it valuable? If you do, I want you to smash that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed already, just hit that subscribe button. It's going to be down on one of the corners. I think I'm mirrored, so it's going to be down there. Turn those notifications on so you can get more videos, but I do upload daily. So if you like this video, guys, and I hope you do, I want to get your feedback on it. Leave a little comment if you do like it at this moment in time, all right? Awesome. Let's move on. Let's move on. So, on to the next thing. How are you going to find a manufacturer? So, fortunately, it's very easy. There is a website called Alibaba.com. Now, there are other websites you can use, but we're going to specifically talk about Alibaba.com. It's the biggest marketplace for finding suppliers. Think of it like the Amazon for suppliers and manufacturers, okay? If you want to find a supplier for pretty much anything, you can go on Alibaba and you can find it. So here are some tips for when sourcing, okay? When you're searching, and you can go and do this, you can load up a second tab right now, there's a little option for gold suppliers, okay? That doesn't mean they're selling gold, it just means they're like, highly rated suppliers, they're trustworthy. So you want to tick that box so that you're only finding trustworthy suppliers. You only want to communicate through Alibaba. So they have a chat system. I personally recommend to everyone that I teach is only use the communication method that Alibaba has, because you want everything to be trackable. You want Alibaba to be able to see the communications. If any reason there was a breakdown in communication, or they send the wrong thing, or anything happens, you want to be able to prove what you said and what they said, so that that you can be hopefully compensated by Alibaba if it does go wrong. Now, the next thing, check the small print. Right? If you are ordering your products right now, so if you are literally in the process of ordering your products, please check the contract. Read it. Actually read the contract. Make sure your payment terms are correct. Make sure your shipping terms are correct. Make sure that if you've discussed having your barcode on the box, if you discussed having a little poly bag or having a suffocation warning on your poly bag, make sure that is in the contract. If it's not in the contract and they don't do it, then you don't have a leg to stand on, okay? Make sure you check the small print with any contract ever. But when you're ordering units from a supplier and they're being shipped from China over to the UK or to the US or whatever, just check it. Just check it. Choose the correct payment method. There's lots of different ways you can pay with Alibaba. I personally use something called Alibaba Pay, where I'm paying using a debit card or a credit card, and I can pay, and it'll basically be taken through Alibaba. So I have some sort of protection of their service called trade assurance. Okay. Now this means that they're holding the supplier accountable for their product. So if it comes and it's subpar, if it's not delivered correctly or on time, I can actually try and get a refund or a partial refund from my suppliers, because it's paid through Alibaba. The other way of doing it is through PayPal. You can do that. It costs a little bit more to do it through PayPal. It costs 5%, whereas using Alibaba, it's about 3%, I believe, maybe 3.5%. So you can use PayPal. It costs a little bit more, but again, you have loads of protection with PayPal, which is awesome. This is the two probably most important things, and it's building a rapport and negotiating well. So when I approach a supplier, I don't approach it as, my name is Jonny Bradley and I sell on Amazon. I don't do that. I approach them as, I'm Jonny from purchasing from, insert my company name, and we're looking to stock this product. We're looking to do about 1,500 to 15,000 to 20,000 units a year. Can you give me a quote for? And bash, send out the quote. Speak to them, and I go through the specifics of where the logo is going to be, how much it's exactly going to cost, the shipping terms, everything. I don't even negotiate until the very end. I really build a rapport with them and make sure that they want my business more than I actually want them as a supplier. You make your company seem as big as possible, so you're from purchasing and you have to get your designer to work on this and that, and you have to ask your boss for decision-making decisions. And that's how you're going to negotiate. Eventually, you can negotiate a price. Okay, you can negotiate a decent price, because if they say no, you've already pre-framed it that you've got two other suppliers that have the same quality that basically have a cheaper product, a cheaper price than them. So you're asking them if you can meet in the middle. That's how you negotiate with these guys. You don't want to insult them by going in straight away and saying, hey, can you do a cheaper price? It's insulting. You don't want to do that. It's bad business. You have to build a rapport, okay? I see people make poor decisions when they negotiate. It's because they try and negotiate too soon. If you're going to take anything from this part of the video, wait. Build a rapport first. Make sure that they really want your business, and then you can negotiate. You have leverage at that point. Okay, if you've got any questions, just leave them down below. So how to assess profitability, okay? Now we need, by all of this, you might have found an awesome product, you found a great supplier, but there's no point selling it if you can't make any money on it. So we need to make sure that it's profitable. So what costs are there? There is the unit cost, and this is known as the EXW price, okay? Or the X works price. You'll see suppliers mention this EXW kind of acronym. You then have your unit cost plus the delivery, or any insurance along with the delivery as well, plus your customs duty. So when you import goods into Europe or into the UK or into many countries you have to pay customs duty. And if you are in Europe and in the UK, you'll be paying VAT as well, okay? So those are the costs to get what's called your landed cost. So your landed cost is how much does it cost you to get your product into your country, kind of delivered and done, right? That's your landed cost. We then have a couple of expenses, PPC and general expenses, which we will discuss. So the landed cost, let's work it out. Let me read this out. Landed cost is the total price of a product once it has arrived at the buyer's door. The landed cost includes the original price of the product, EXW price, all transportation fees, both inland and ocean, customs, duties, taxes, insurance, currency conversions, creating, handling, and payment fees, everything that goes into that product to get it into your hand, or when I say the buyer's door, our hands, we're actually talking about Amazon, in Amazon's warehouse. So that's the landed cost definition. Here's an example for you, okay? So the unit, we're going to say is £3. Keep it really nice and easy. The delivery is going to be £1, so £1 per unit to get delivered. Now the customs duty, it might be 5%, it might be 7%, it might be 10%. It really does depend on the commodity code. So this is something that you need to check out. You can do this on the government website. But let's say it's 20p per unit, okay? So we're taking the unit cost plus the delivery. We're then adding on our customs duty, which is now 20p. We then take that price and put it all together, and we work out what 20% of that price is, which is going to be 84 pence. That's adding on our VAT. So we have our total landed cost of all our fees, all our delivery, everything, all our customs duty, VAT, everything is £5.04. So that's our cost of our product, our direct cost of our product, landed cost. So we know, for example, from our research, that our product sells for $17.99 on average. It might sell for more, it might sell for less, but let's just say it's $17.99. What you do is you go to FBA calculator, search in Google FBA calculator or Amazon FBA calculator. It's like the first result. You'll come up with a page just like this. You type in the product that you're going to sell. So it will come up and it will get the weight and the size so that it can work it out really, really well. You type in the item price. So let's say it's $17.99. What then this calculator will do is work out what your Amazon selling fee is, which is normally about 15%. It'll work out your fulfillment by Amazon fee, your FBA fee. So that's what it costs them to store it, to pick it, to send it to the customer, and everything that Amazon do. So that's, in this case, is £1.79. And all we're going to do is, like I said, put in the item price, and then the cost of the product, which we just worked out, is £5.04. At the very bottom, you're going to be able to see your net profit. So your profit after your selling fee has been taken, after your Amazon fee has been taken, and of course, excluding the cost of your product as well. And in this case, it will be £8.46, and that's 47% net margin. Now, this doesn't mean that that's going to be your actual net profit, because there's still a couple of costs that we need to account for, advertising and just general costs. So how much are you going to make, okay? Profit per unit, we've just found out, is £8.46, which is pretty cool. That's a good profit margin. Minus your advertising, so you're going to be doing something called PPC, which we're going to discuss later, and you might be spending £2 or £3 a unit when you're starting per unit. So to keep these figures nice and round, after all of your costs, all of them, you're going to be profiting £5 per unit. Remember, you're only spending £5 a unit to make £5 back, and that's a good investment. That's 100% in your investment, because you're putting in 5 and you're getting 10 back. So, working this out, if you were selling just 300 units a month, you would be making £1,500 profit per month. So that's profit. Imagine if you're selling 600 or 1,000, or in a year's time, you're the best seller and you're selling, 3,000 units a month. You'd be making a lot of money from this. Just that one product. Just that one product is all it takes. But hey, look, if you do just 100 units a month, just 100 units, you'll be making £500 profit. That's a lot. But, this is a question I get asked all the time. How much could I make? Everyone says this, and I don't want people to judge what they do based upon what you could make, because remember, results aren't typical for all of this sort of stuff. There are products out there on Amazon that are doing 60 grand a month just on one product. So it's possible to make that amount, but you're not going to get that overnight. It's not going to happen. You need to build your business over time to become the best seller, to become someone that's selling a lot of units and has a high profit margin. For example, one of the products I sell, one of the best sellers, is making about £20,000 to £25,000 a month on their product. For one product, okay? Just one product. And of course, I want to be the best seller, but I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to overtake them. I'm not going to be able to compete with the amount of reviews they've got within the space of a few months. It's going to take a year or two to really kind of beat them to it. So you could make thousands and thousands and thousands. If you had one product just doing £1,000 a month, all you need to do is find 9 more average products like that, and you'll be making £10,000 profit per month passively. This is important, guys. Passively. You don't have to go and physically send it. You'll be just sitting there in your pants at home making money. You wake up to money, you go to sleep to money. So that's just finding 10 products that are average. If you find 10 products that are really good and you dedicate a lot of time and a lot of hard work into it, you can make a lot more money from this. Now, we will talk about money a little bit later, but you can make a lot. But equally, guys, you could lose money if you don't take this advice, if you don't learn from someone, if you make silly decisions and you buy stuff that isn't in demand, or it's too high competition, or there's no profit margin, you could lose money. All right. So I'm not here to again sell you the dream and tell you that everyone's going to be successful at it. I'm saying that if you do the right things, then you will be successful. If you do things that are wrong, right? If you do things that are wrong and stupid, then yeah, you could lose money. Just don't do those things. It's simple. Just don't do them. I can teach you how to do it, or how to not do it. Right, the next thing. Hopefully, guys, you are enjoying this, right? Next thing, how to launch a product. So we want to be able to. There's 2 really important moments within your Amazon FBA business. One is doing your product research. It's all rubbish without product research. You could find the best product ever, but it's not profitable. There's no point selling it. However, you could find an average product that's super profitable and actually make a little bit of money from it. So it all goes down to your product research, but also your launch. You can't just put your product on Amazon and expect people to buy it. You need to force it in front of people's faces. So there's 2 ways that we can do that. So we need to create a killer listing, like a really, really great listing. So there's things that we need to do keyword research, where we find out how many people are actually searching for your product every single month, what they're actually searching for. So what are the keywords they're actually searching for, so we can make sure our listing is optimized for that. The photography, we need to make sure the photography is best. Like the buying decisions, most buying decisions are made on that first picture. When someone clicks on the listing, just think about it right now. When you go on Amazon, what are you looking at? You're looking at the pictures. You look at the pictures, you scroll down, you look at them, you're like, oh, you zoom in, you look at them. You might look at the price and the reviews. Everything else you're not really looking at that much. You have to have an optimized title, bullet points, and description, but really not a lot of customers look at it, but they need to be there, okay? It needs to be there to look professional, to look like you have a good product, but also to give Amazon the information it needs to be able to rank your listing for those keywords. You need to tell Amazon what your product is. There's no other way of doing it other than your keywords, your bullet points, your title, and your descriptions. The last thing you need is reviews. You need to have reviews. So when you start out, you might ask some family or friends to do it. Now there are terms of service to Amazon, so you do need to read them, and it's something that I go into in more detail in my other videos, and you can reach out to me as well. But you need reviews. You can't just start with 0 reviews and expect that you're going to be starting making money. Reviews is something you need to be working on consistently and constantly. Have a good product. Have a good email follow-up sequence. Make sure that the product, when it arrives at someone's door, they're happy to receive it. They open the packaging and it's a high quality product. You've got a nice box. It's as you want it to be, so that people have an excitement. They're like, oh, this is amazing. I love this product. And they want to leave you a review, right? It's not about trying to manipulate people into leaving reviews. You want to get them because people think that you have a good product. They know that you're providing a lot of value with your product. That is so, so important. A lot of people don't realize that. But when you start, you need to get some reviews in. I personally just ask some kind of friends and family to do it that I can trust. Technically, not really allowed, but again, there's ways to do it so that you don't get caught, okay? So launching your product, again, you have to have those reviews. There's no point launching your product with 0 reviews. So get 5 to 10, I always say about 5 to 10 reviews before you actually start spending money on your launch. And there's 2 real ways to do it. Giveaways and PPC. So giveaways, this is where you can do like an 80% or a 90% discount, and there's websites that you can use to go and do this. You can do it manually. There's websites you can use, and they will collect loads of customers and show them your discount. You say, hey, for the next 5 days, you'll be able to get 90% off this product. So you get loads of people buying it really, really quick. And that does something, it spikes the algorithm that Amazon uses. So if you're going from 0 sales a month and suddenly you're getting 10 sales a day, even though they're giveaways, right? You're going to be starting to rank with other people that are selling 10 sales a day, or 9 sales a day, or 11 sales, around that area. All you need to do then is maintain your rank, and you're going to do that through things like PPC. Now, if you don't want to do a giveaway, if you don't have to have money to be able to give all these products away, you can just move on straight onto PPC, and that's pay per click. So when you go on Amazon, you might want to do it now. If you type in iPhone stand, right? you're going to see at the top, there's normally 2 listings that say sponsored. That's a PPC, that's a sponsored listing. Those sellers are paying to be at that spot. So if you click on that listing, that's when they get charged. And if you then go and buy that product, they're going to make a sale. But now, if you were to try and find that person's listing within the search results, it actually might not be there. They might not be on the first page, the second page, third page. They might not be there at all. So PPC is a way to force your product to the top of that page and a few other different places, the bottom of the page, the side of the page, and within other people's listings. But you want to be able to do that, and of course you don't want to do it if you're losing money on it. But when you launch your product, you need to get sales quickly. That's what you need to do. And if you do it through giveaways or PPC or however you do it, the point is the result needs to be the same. You need to get sales volume quickly. Over the space of kind of 3 to 5 days, consistent sales, and you're going to start to rank really quickly. And if you want to be on that first page, and most of them are selling 600 units a month, okay, then you need to be selling 600 units a month to be able to rank with them. If most of them are doing 300, you need to be doing 300 as well. And that's how you kind of trick the system and you get your product ranked on that first page, and you can start getting organic sales, right? Organic sales is what we really want. Over the process of doing this, we're going to continue to optimize not just your listing, but we're going to optimize your PPC campaign. So there's a few things. There's something called an auto campaign. There's something called a manual campaign. An auto campaign is where Amazon will look at your listing, it'll look at all the keywords that you've put in, and it'll go, okay, we think we know what your product is. We're going to start showing it to customers that we think will like this product. However, it's a computer, it's an algorithm, it doesn't always get it right. What we then do is we take all of that research that Amazon's gone and done for us, and we say, okay, these words are actually, they're profitable for us, but these words here, they're actually costing us money but not generating any sales. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a manual PPC campaign. We're going to get rid of all these ones that are costing us money, and we're going to put our money on the ones that are making us money. And that's how you optimize your PPC campaign. You continue to do it every week or so once you have some data, to the point where you're just getting lots of sales and you're on that. You've kind of solidified yourself as one of the top sellers within that particular keyword that people are searching. So we go, reviews, giveaways, PPC, and optimization. It's going to how you're going to launch your product. Shout out to Elon Musk, SpaceX. Love that. Right. Next thing, okay, how much time do you need? So when I first started on Amazon FBA, I was working a full-time job. I was leaving the house at like 7 a.m. So about 7 a.m. I was getting home from work about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I was doing recruiting, was the last job I did, okay? I didn't like it. I was spending way too long doing other things. However, I found time to research products. It took me about 2 weeks to find a product. That's quite quick, to be honest. 2 weeks to find a product. And then I started just gradually negotiating with suppliers, spent about 2 weeks negotiating, ordered my product, and got it into Amazon within a few weeks' time, okay? So from start to finish, it took me 2 or 3 months. Now, that's generally how long it's going to take. I was doing it in evenings. Remember, guys, I was working 12, 13 hours a day. Now, you might be in the same situation, okay? And if you are, you're not going to be able to do this day in, day out for 12 hours. It just doesn't work like that. But just do little and often. So do half an hour a night or half an hour every other night on product research. The majority of your time when setting up your private labeling and Amazon business is spent doing product research. At this time, like literally recording this today, I spend very, very little time on my Amazon business, okay? I optimize my listing. I go back to it every few days to check my PPC campaign. I constantly check how many sales I've done on my phone. That's the only thing I always do. But in terms of maintenance, it really doesn't take much time once you started it, which is why I started it as a business model, so I could continue to work and generate my full-time income while I was kind of working on my side hustle. Fortunately, I don't work anymore. I quit my job. I think it was the last day in June I left my job, and I haven't gone back. I haven't worked since. So it's June, well, let's say the beginning of July 2017. I haven't worked in a 9-to-5 job or for anyone else since that point, okay? So yes, it will take time to set up, just like any business. This isn't get rich quick, okay? Please guys, don't think that it is. This is, make money, generate wealth, put some work in, right? Put some work into it and do a little bit every day, and you'll be rewarded over time. Even if it takes you 6 months to find and launch a product, but then that product can earn you like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands over the next 5 years, was it worth spending the 6 months looking for it? Probably your answer is yes, it probably was worth it, okay? If it takes a month, fantastic. If it takes 2 weeks, amazing. If it takes 3 months, it's good still. The point is that you're doing something. You're starting the journey, right? If you don't start, you can't even fail if you don't start, but you certainly can't win if you don't start. So if you've got any questions about that, again, you can reach out to me. So how much money do you need? Now this is a question I get asked a lot, okay? So there are, I guess there's 4 different areas where you're gonna need money, okay? Product research, inventory, listing, and marketing. So product research, JungleScout, which is the product research method that I would really promote, that costs money, okay? So that web app that we talked about is $39 a month, so it's about £25 or whatever. Something like that. You don't have to buy it every month. You can buy it for 1 month and then cancel your membership. The Chrome extension is a one-off fee and it's $97 a month, okay? Now, those are costs, but honestly, guys, there's something that I pay for. It's a very, very good platform. I believe it's the best platform out there. So those are some of the resources that you really kind of need to get started. You'd find it very hard to do without those resources. So that's something to bear in mind in terms of those costs. Your inventory, okay? Your inventory will be obviously the biggest bulk of the investment that you need. Now, when people say to me, well, how much money should I start with? Really, it's a case of how much money do you have to start with? Okay, and then we work backwards from there. If you have £5,000 to start with, fantastic. Let's work from £5,000 backwards. Let's take off your product research costs, your listing costs, your marketing costs, your launch costs, and then let's work out how much money you have to play with. Some people say, can I start with £1,000? And the answer is yes. Can you start with 1,500? Yes. Can you start with 2,000? Yes. Can you start with 10,000? Yes. The answer is yes. Now, can you start with 500? It's a little bit too low, okay? Just because with the product research, it's $97 just for the Chrome extension. So if you only have £500, it's going to be hard to make that last a long way. So I would say the minimum that you really need is around £1,000. That's like the minimum that I would say start this on. You can start your product research with very little money, and you can work towards building up enough money for your inventory. I have some people that I've had on my channel that say, hey, if you really believe in it and you found a product and you think it's going to be great, can you get a loan from someone? Can you get a bank loan? Can you get like a 30-month interest-free credit card? I'm not saying doing that. I'm not going to give you any financial advice. It's all down to you. I've started businesses in the past with investment and without investment. It's up to you how you want to do it. It depends how much you believe in what you're doing. The next thing is you're going to need a listing, okay? The listing, you're going to need to do keyword research, which costs a little bit of money because you've got to pay some services to get these keyword exports. You want to pay for your photos, so your photos are going to cost money, okay? Now, I personally believe the more you spend on photos, the better your listing is going to be. I personally believe it's more important to spend £300 on your photos rather than be really stingy with your photos and spend more on your product. It's just my personal belief. That's what I think you need to be spending money on. The next is your marketing. So that might be your giveaway. So your giveaway might cost you some money because it's lost money on your inventory. If you're giving something away for free or very, very little money. Or your PPC, you might say, okay, I want to go really hard on the PPC. I want to spend, £50 a day for a week or £100 a day for a week. Now, you might not earn that money back from sales when you first start. You might in the future, but at the start you might not. So you need to work out your marketing costs. You might want to get some influencers on board. You might want to do some Facebook advertising. You might want to do some YouTube or Google AdWords. So there might be other marketing that you want to do. That's really down to the person and how you can launch your product. So those are the things, guys. You can start with £1,000. You can start with 2,000. You can start with 10,000. You can start with 50,000. It really depends on the amount that you can invest. I always say, think about how much you can invest and then work back from that to work out how much you can afford on stock. And then from that, you can work out how many units you can afford, what delivery method you can afford. And so basically work backwards rather than work forwards. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. So what we've been through, guys, is the business model. You now understand the FBA and the private labeling business model. You understand how you're going to find products, how you're going to find them with high sales, low competition. They're lightweight, they're brandable. There's ability in the market to differentiate yourself a bit. You can find a trusted manufacturer. You can negotiate with them, and you can get your products delivered, to the UK or to your country. You're going to know how to assess your profitability so you don't make mistakes and order a product which doesn't have a big enough profit margin. You're going to understand how the different ways you can launch your product, the importance of doing a product launch to spike that Amazon algorithm so you can start to rank organically on that page 1. You now know a little bit more about how much time you need to invest in terms of doing your product research and getting this set up, and actually how much time you need to continue to do it and maintain in the future. Lastly, you understand a bit more about how much money you need. And this is very variable. And again, if you have particular questions about your circumstances, I'd advise you just to reach out in the comments and I can get back to you and give you some more personal advice. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that so far, and I've got some questions for you right now. I've got some questions. Now, does this business model excite you? If it does, then I want you to listen to the rest of the video. If it doesn't excite you, then just go ahead and click on some other videos, go watch some other YouTube videos or whatever. But if this business model does excite you, I want you to pay attention to the next kind of 15 minutes or so. If you're able, right, this is a question to you, just think about this. If you're able to make just £500 extra a month, would it be worth it? How would that change your life? Now, £500 extra a month, personally, when I started, this is life-changing amounts. If I had £500 extra a month, I was like, this is incredible. I'd be able to like go on holidays. I'd be able to go to the restaurants and not have to worry about, well, I have to get the cheap stuff or just get water or not get wine because I didn't want to spend like £7 for a glass of wine and stuff like that. So what would this level even, and the reason I'm talking about £500 is because making £500 on FBA is pretty easy, okay? For a month, that's not a lot to make on FBA. You know, most people would make between, on their first product, make between £1,000 and £3,000 a month, okay? Now, £500 is lowballing, and the reason I'm lowballing it is I don't want to overestimate and oversell you, what is possible with this. But £500 a month is very, very, very doable, okay? Many people have done that. So what would you do for extra £500 a month? Passively as well. This is important, guys. You don't have to do much work for it. When you wake up, you can go to work, you can go continue to do your own things and make an extra £500 a month. What would that do to your life? Would you be able to take loved ones out for meals? Would you be able to go on holiday? You'd be able to pay off your debts. What is it that you'll be able to do with that? And just imagine if that was 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 in a year or 2 years' time. There's people that I know that are doing, multiple 6 figures and 7 figures on Amazon, okay? Of course, you're not going to do that within a few months. You need to build your business and release multiple products. But the sooner you get started, the sooner you're going to be able to win, right? Isn't that cool? So if you were able, this is another question for you guys. If you were able to turn £1 into £2, would you want to? If you had a system, if you had a method that you knew where you could turn £1 into £2, wouldn't you want to know that, right? It would be you definitely want to know that. So when I look at a product, I look at, say for example, I'm putting £5 into the product. I need to be making £5 profit. After literally every single cost, £5 profit, I've doubled my money. I'm happy with that. If you can make more than that, then hey, it's an incredible investment. And it's a piece of gold you've just found. But doubling your money, putting in £3, making £3, I reckon is a good investment. Putting in £10, making £10, it's a good investment. And a lot of people within business, making that sort of return is unheard of. Turning £1 into £2 is just literally ridiculously crazy and hard to get. With an Amazon and FBA, it's really not. There's lots of people that can turn £1 into £3, into £4, depending on how they frame their product and how they brand it. So what would you want to do that, guys? Would you want to do that? And the last kind of question I have before we move on is, I just want to ask you guys, do you want my help? Okay, I can teach you how to do all of this. Now this is where I'm actually gonna. This is like a sales pitch. Now if you want to click off the video, you can click off the video. I am going to teach you some more stuff throughout the rest of the video, but I have something that I can provide you. I have a service that I can provide to you, so I want to let you know about it. So if you want my help, I want you to listen on to the rest of the video. If you don't, then you can click off. I don't mind if you do that. So I've come up with something. I started my YouTube channel, and a lot of people were asking me questions every single day about how do I do this? How do I set up my company? How do I find products in the UK? How do I get my products imported through customs? How do I pay my VAT? How do I do this? And they kept coming every single day. I got very overwhelmed with questions. So what I did is I decided that I would put all of the information that I'd gathered over the months and the last year, all of the information, I'd put it into one place, okay? It took me a long time to put the content together. I went out and I looked at all the failure points. I'm a member of many groups on Facebook and over the internet of like-minded people, like-minded sellers, people that are starting. I found all the failure points where they said, I lost this much money because I made this mistake. And I found all of them, okay? Every single one I could find, I wrote them down, and then I was like, okay, what would that person have had to know to not make that mistake? So I put them all into the course as well. And what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you every single thing that is in this course, okay? And how you can get your hands on it. So the first thing you've got to do, you've got to promise me something, guys. You've got to promise me. First, if you end up getting involved, okay, you've got to be willing to put in at least 1 to 2 hours of work per week, okay? It's not going to work, guys. You're never going to find a product if you don't put the work in. It's super, super important. Please, please, please do not get involved if you're not willing to put the work in, okay? You have to put some work in. The second thing is to build a lasting business, you've got to be willing to create a great customer service experience and not just be in it for the quick buck. Work on how you can retain your customers, how can you make a truly good product, how you can get people coming back to you again and again and again, and build something that you're going to be proud of, okay? That's the second thing you're going to promise me. The third thing is after you create a successful Amazon FBA business and your income starts to go up, you're able to enjoy life a bit more and do the things you want to do, I want you to promise that you're going to start helping other people create their own financial security and freedom. Okay, that might just be being available for questions, being in my Facebook groups and helping other people when they get questions. Just something very simple where you can help other people. That's so important. I believe, Amazon and FBA is a massive, massive industry. Amazon is only getting bigger, okay? It's one of the biggest companies in the world and it's only getting bigger. They're acquiring massive companies, ginormous companies. You have the ability to get on board with that now and help other people do so at the same rate. There's always going to be times where you figure something out that someone else hasn't, where you find an issue or something that has been really successful that someone else hasn't. So share the information, guys. Just share it and you'll find more people will come to you and help you out in your business. So I'm really passionate about these 3 things, guys. So please take note of them. So this is what you're going to get, okay? I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through everything for you. So in this course, it's a video course. It's held online. It has the most, again, I personally stand by this. I've not found anything to be more comprehensive and more thorough than what I'm about to show you, okay? It's the most comprehensive product research strategy I have found, okay? So this is what we go through. We go through setting your goals. There's no point doing this unless you have a goal in mind. We look for examples of good and bad products with explanations. We look at the restricted categories on Amazon, the gated categories, and actually later on in the course, I'll show you how you can get access to all of them, okay? We understand your Amazon fees. We understand how they work when they're taken, how much they're going to be. We then look at JungleScout, how you're going to use it to find products, how to actually find products by looking at other sellers, so see what they're selling and see how that you can sell similar things and get inspiration from that. We're going to look at the really cool alternative product research method that a lot of people don't do. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is in the course. It's a bit of a secret. We're going to look at Alibaba product research. Remember that website we looked at for sourcing products? You can actually find products using that website. I'm going to teach you how to do that. We're going to look at something called 999 cart tracking, manual and automated. Again, do not worry about this straight away. You want to do some more research. You're not going to start to understand what that is. We're going to improve upon our competition. Okay, we're going to make a better product than our competition. We're going to understand the trends using Google. We're going to use websites like Camel, so that we can actually assess the competition, their selling price, if it dips over time, if it's seasonal. We're going to find out if the products have patents. We're going to bundle them together. We're going to analyze our product research so you know what you're going to be selling is going to be a hit. And then finally, there's a little video about saying, look, although this is everything that I've come up with, you need to use your own intuition. You need to think of this as your business and don't listen to my word as law, because ultimately this is it's ever changing. You need to be able to understand this stuff so you can make informed decisions by yourself. But of course, you can reach out to me for support at any time. The second thing that you're going to get in here is a sourcing and private labeling accelerator. So I'm going to teach you how you're going to source from China, or if you want to source locally. So if you want to source from the UK, if you're selling supplements or consumables, you're not going to want to get them from China. How you're going to search properly to find reputable suppliers, how you're going to get a quote, how you're going to negotiate to get a better quote than anyone else, how you're going to bundle your item together with either products from your supplier or other people's suppliers or other suppliers. How you're going to bundle, how you're going to bundle ebooks, so you can have like a how-to or get started, quick start guide for your Amazon product, and how you can actually deliver that to your customer via email. How you're going to get samples, why you need samples, designing your logo and packaging and ordering and payments, air shipping, sea shipping, shipping terms, paying VAT and customs duty. This stuff sometimes sounds a bit boring, but guys, it's so important. It's so important to know this stuff. So yeah, you're going to learn how to source and private label your product. That's a lot of information. When you just those 2 things alone, that's a huge amount of information, okay? Now this section is probably 2 hours, okay? There's a huge amount of information there. This is the second biggest section, I would say, maybe an hour, hour and a half just of content just there. We're then going to look at your launch supremacy. You're going to launch your product better than anyone else can on Amazon. You're going to understand your PPC, you can do keyword research, you can know your automatic, your manual campaigns. You're then going to go into the advanced stuff like Facebook adverts, building social proof with ads, collecting emails for a giveaway or for a product launch, understanding how Facebook pixels work and why you should be using them, creating conversion campaigns. And don't worry if this doesn't make any sense right now, I explain it all in the videos. How to create discount codes, how to set up Instagram adverts, how to leverage influencers to sell your product. Like, there's so many ways you can launch your product that if you do all of these, you're going to have an absolute killer of a business. So here's a little testimonial from Josh, right? He said, 50% through and it's been amazing. Amazon, that's meant to say amazing. A really great course so far. It's taken me through step by step how I properly set up my Amazon FBA business. I'm having loads of fun learning. It's filled in so many gaps of things I had no clue about. Really appreciate the value. Now, Josh is a young guy, okay? He's a young guy. He's one of the first students I had, and obviously this was taken from when he first enrolled in the course. And he's saying, look, only 50% through, and it's been incredible. It's been amazing. He's been doing research like you've probably been doing research online already, but the course has filled in so many gaps, a huge amount of gaps, and that's what I've tried to do here, guys, is give information that no one else is giving, and it's only 50% through. Only 50% through. And like, wouldn't you want to be in the same position of Josh? Like, personally, I wish I was him. Like, he's very, very young, he's under 20, and he's already getting started on his entrepreneurship journey. I wish I got started that young, because I know I'd be in a completely different position. I probably wouldn't have worked in many of the jobs that I've worked at. So it's really great. Thank you, Josh, for leaving that testimonial. I, of course, have many, many, many more, but I just wanted to bring you this one from Josh, who's one of my students. So who does this work for, right? Who does it work for? Entrepreneurs, wantrepreneurs, full-time or people with part-time jobs. I had a full-time job when I started. Students, those wanting extra income, those wanting to replace their full-time income, those wanting to really travel the world. This is the real one we're going for, guys. Wanting to travel the world, make money, and have fun while they do it, and live that kind of passive lifestyle where they make money while they're doing something completely different. You can be on the beach in Bali and you could be making money from your Amazon FBA business. You really can do it from anywhere, guys. Absolutely anywhere. So it is literally for anyone. It's for anyone. So this is what you're going to get, guys. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get the most comprehensive product research strategy, along with sourcing and private labeling accelerator, the launch strategy supremacy, okay? What else do you need? Unfortunately, that's not enough to get started. So we're going to throw this in as well. Foundation, setting up your business the right way. Now, I get a lot of questions about this. Naming your company and your Amazon brand. The advantages of setting up a limited company, okay? Why would I set up a limited company over a sole trader? How to set up a UK limited company. Getting trademarked, how to create business bank accounts, how to get an accountant, what you need to know about business insurance, customs duty, VAT, EORI numbers, okay? A lot of people don't even know what that is, but you need that. It's something you actually need, and you need to know what it is and how to get one if you're going to import goods into the country. So you're going to get that as well. So like I said, a lot of the questions I get are based around this sort of stuff. If you don't have this, you're going to spend a lot of time researching it online and trying to reach out to people, trying to get this information. I'm just going to give it to you all in one place, okay? So again, you're going to get the comprehensive research strategy, the sourcing and private label accelerator, the launch strategy supremacy, the foundations of setting up your businesses the right way, okay? But what else do you need? What else do you need, guys? There is more. There is more. We had a ... That means we've got more, okay? How to create a killer product listing. We don't want to create an average product listing. We want to create the best product listing that is on Amazon for that product so that customers buy from us. So I'm going to give you a walkthrough on how you actually are going to set up your account, how you're going to get barcodes for your product, how you're going to create your product listing in the initial stage, how to create a shipping plan so that Amazon know what they're going to be receiving and the supplier knows where they're going to be sending the products. In examples of good and bad product listings, why they're good and bad, why pictures are the most important selling point, what makes up pictures and what makes up good pictures, your keyword research for your listing, creating the best title, making your description and bullet points as optimized as they can be, setting your price point efficiently, getting verified and unverified reviews. If you don't know what those are, verified ones where it's a customer that's actually purchased the product and left a review, unverified ones where you don't know if the customer's purchased or not. Getting rid of hijackers, which we discussed very, very early on, and then the terms of service, make sure that you are being compliant with Amazon terms of service at all times to make sure that your listing is compliant. Okay, we want to do that. Again, that's a huge amount of information there. Huge amount. It's actually crazy. Once I go through this, I was like, man, how did I record all this? It did take me 2 weeks of constant recording. I got very, very tired, a little bit grouchy while doing it, but the content is killer, guys. So again, to cover that, you're getting the product research strategy, the private labeling and sourcing accelerator, the launch strategy supremacy, the foundations of setting up your business the right way, how to create a killer product listing, and there's one more thing you need. There is one more thing you need, and it's how to get approved to sell in every category. We talked earlier about restricted categories, okay? Some categories, like these ones here, you need authorization to be able to sell in them. One of the big ones is health and personal care, the beauty category, you know, and grocery, for example. These are the health and personal care. Everyone wants to get ungated in health and personal care. So what I do is I tell you basically the basics, what you need to know, the key to categories and the invoice requirements, or the things that you need to provide Amazon to get them to ungate you, to give you access. And then we go through every single gated category and what you exactly, the exact things you need to provide Amazon so that you're allowed to sell in those categories, okay? It takes, literally, I've had one of my students that was approved within about 10 minutes of giving the information, just 10 minutes. That's crazy, when a lot of people never get into these categories because they think they're not allowed to sell in them. Just wrong information. At the very end, we look for a wholesalers list, which we will need to get ungated, okay? So this is really valuable. This can literally 10x your sales because you're opening up so many different categories that a lot of people, most people will look at toys and games, okay? They'll sell in toys and games. That's a tiny percentage of Amazon. You really want to be looking at the bulk of Amazon, all of the categories, so that you can find the best product in any category, okay? So you're going to get the comprehensive research strategy, the most comprehensive one. Sourcing and private labeling, your launching strategy, your foundations of how to set up your business the right way, how to create a killer product listing, and how to get approved in every single category to 10x your sales. But guys, you're going to get another bonus. You're getting another bonus. You're getting a lot of stuff today. You're going to get another bonus. You're going to get access to the private Facebook group for students only. So there's only students in this Facebook group. I am very active in there. So if you have any questions, you can go in there and you'll always be able to ask me and the other students questions. You might be able to ping ideas off other people, get reviews from people. So that's really a network where you can really network with other like-minded people, entrepreneurs and sellers. So this is super, super exclusive, guys. The only way to get into this is by getting into the course, okay? So you're going to get access to that. Bonus number 2, okay, is you're going to get my personal one-to-one email support, and there's no cut-off time. It's not I'm saying where you're going to get 2 weeks of email support or 2 months. You will get email support. If you email me, doesn't matter if it's in 2 years' time, I will get back to you with the answer, okay? Now, I really, really value the amount of support I give. I spend most of my time, this is no joke, I spend most of my time answering emails, answering questions, going through all of my different DMs and all that sort of stuff, helping people out. I really pride myself on the support I can give. So this, honestly, this is invaluable, and use it, okay? Use the email support. I really, really urge you to do that. So that's the second bonus that you're going to get, and that's pretty cool, guys, right? That's pretty cool. The last thing that you are going to get is you're going to get the elite support from my FBA consultant specialist. So I actually hire someone that is available to me pretty much any single day that I can ask questions to, and I extend that to you guys as well. So if you have problems, if you have an issue with getting through your hazmat review, or there's an issue with your product at the FBA center, her name's Anne, and she can because she used to work at Amazon as the FBA consultant for the US and the UK. She knows people, she knows how to get through and say the right things. She's helped me out on numerous occasions. So if there's something that maybe I can't answer, it's about something very, very specific about what button to click or something like that, she's going to be an amazing person to reach out to, especially if you want to make things happen a bit quicker on the back end. Very, very useful for that. So that, honestly, this is priceless. This is literally priceless. No one offers this level of support. I've not seen anyone to do it, and this is what you get just as a bonus, okay? Just additional bonus, which is awesome, right? It's awesome. No one else can get that, and you guys are going to get that if you're in wrong. So, what are you going to get? Right, I need a drink. The most comprehensive product research strategy, sourcing and private labeling accelerator, launch strategy supremacy, foundations of setting up your business the right way, how to create a killer product listing, getting approved to sell in every category to 10x your sales, access to the private Facebook group for students, my personal one-to-one email support, and the elite support from my FBA consultant specialist. Wow. That is a lot of information. I hope you're pumped up, because I certainly am. And it's very rare that I get to go over all of these sections and really actually say this is a lot of information. This is a huge amount of information. If you follow it, guys, if you follow it and you put the work in, like we said earlier, there's no reason why you can't be very successful in Amazon or anything you really do. So I want to ask you just 3 more questions, okay? If all this training if all it did was let you pay off your bills more stress-free, would it be worth it, okay? And even if it's in a year's time, would it be worth it? If you were to get one product making just £500 a month, and that is a low ball, right? £500 is a low ball. Would it be worth it? Finally, if it allowed you to actually quit your job, travel and do the things you want to do, have fun, would it be worth it? Now, for me, when I asked myself these questions, when I first started, all of them, the answer was yes. Absolutely, it was worth any of the time put in, any of the money put in, because it's worth it. If you want to build something, if you want to do something to get amazing results, you need to do amazing things. I've always said, and the people that on my channel will know, mad action equals mad results. So when I actually created this course, this video course, okay, this training program, I had 2 options, okay, just 2 options. The first option was go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. But the problem is that it wouldn't actually incentivize me to really stack the value like I've done just a second ago. All of these, 80 something videos, I think it's like 84 videos in total, and the Facebook group, and my personal support, and the FBA specialist support. It wouldn't incentivize me to do anything like that, okay? If I was selling it for like 50 quid, there would be no reason for me to do that. The second option would require a little higher investment, but in exchange, I can actually devote more of my resources to really helping you succeed. And that is my goal, guys. I went for the second option. I went for a little bit higher price. It's still very cheap, okay? Especially in terms of the value you're getting, but it means I can really dedicate time to helping you guys out. And that is what I want to do, okay? That is what I want to do, and that's what I will always do. So you could see why it'd be a good deal if it was £2,000, right? If it was £2,000, I'd be like, that's a good deal. That is a lot of value. You're getting constant support. I'm not saying that my support just cuts off in 2 weeks' time or 2 months' time. You're going to get a lot of support from me. But you guys are special, right? You guys are special. If you're watching this, you are special. If you click the link in the description, it will be titled, you'll be able to see what it is. You can get started now, today, for just £495, okay? Just £495. And if you put that down per video, that's very cheap per video. If you then look at the support network on top of that, I charge at this moment of recording, I charge £100 an hour for my consultation, okay? So you're getting a lot, and I mean a lot of value for £495. I put my hand on heart, on the microphone, put my hand on heart, and I know that this is worth it, okay? This is cheap. I've told people have told me, sorry, that I need to be charging more for this, and I've told them no, okay? And I've said, well, yeah, if you want to pay more for it, it's fine. But this is the price. You're getting an incredible deal, if you do get involved in it. I'm very passionate about that. And again, I do apologize for the kind of salesy stuff, but I want to help people out. The way I can really, like I said, add the value and put a lot of time into it and a lot of time into you guys is, honestly, is by charging you money, okay? That means I can dedicate time to it. That means I've got all that content in there, which I do update. I'll add things in there. So you get into the students group, and if there's people say, hey, look, we need to have this video, or something changes within the Amazon terms of service, I create that video, okay? I get that video done for you guys. I get it uploaded to the course. I post it in the Facebook group. I posted numerous different resources in the Facebook group that actually aren't in the course, which people have asked for on a custom basis. I've created things customized for different people. But you can get started today for £495. Remember, guys, this is everything that you're going to get, okay? You've got all of these different modules, all of the product research, the sourcing and private labeling, how to launch, how to set up your company, how to create your product listing, how to get approved to sell in every category, and all the bonuses. You're going to get all of that, okay, just for $495. So at this point, you have 2 choices. If you got to this point in the video, thank you for staying on, and I know you're interested in it, but you do have 2 choices at this moment in time. The first option is you just do nothing, okay? Do nothing, kind of click off the video, never think about it again, and you don't take the leap of faith, okay? You decide that, it's not for me. I don't want to be able to do that. I don't want to be able to kind of generate income or even have the potential of generating income in the future. The second option is just pony up a small investment. Honestly, it's not a lot today compared to all of the value that you're going to get in return, okay? And just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. And there is a little caveat to this, okay? I'm taking all the risk. I do have a 30-day guarantee, and I will tell you about the kind of ins and outs of it, okay? I have a 30-day guarantee. So if you sign up today, right now, if you don't like it for any reason, even if it's 29 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes from the point that you purchase, let me know via email. My email's down below. It's in the course as well. And we'll give you your money back, okay? The only thing to this is because the course is very, very long and there's a huge amount of information in there, if you've watched under 50%, it's good, no questions asked. If it's over 50%, you know, generally I say that there's no exceptions to that. That you've watched a significant, a huge amount, nearly all of the course actually. So just make sure that if you don't like it within the first kind of 3 hours, and you've watched all the product research, you've watched all the sourcing one, and you're thinking, "Oh, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure it's for me." Get in touch with me before, guys. Get in touch with me before, because it's a little bit more tricky when you've watched, the whole thing, for example. But always email me. Always email me, okay? Sooner rather than later, because I want you guys to have access to the course. I want you guys to see the value in it. And this is the thing, I'm so confident that this is the case that I'm willing to do this 30-day guarantee. And again, most people don't do 30 days, they only do 14 days. And most people that create online courses, they say if you watch more than 25%, they're not giving a refund. I do it as 50%. I want to do it more. I'm more confident in the product that I'm providing to you guys, okay? I want to be very clear with that. You can, of course, read the terms and conditions, and I will put some of the terms and conditions in the description down below, just so there's no I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes, guys. I'm being very transparent here, okay? Now, this is what you do. This is what you do. If you want to get involved, which I highly recommend you do, then click that link in the description. It'll take you to this page. Obviously, super, highly designed by me. But you can have a look at that. Click the button that says, yes, I want to unlock the secrets of Amazon FBA. You can scroll down. You can actually see all the modules in the course. If you scroll down on this page, you can see all the kind of FAQ, the frequently asked questions and everything like that. You can have a look at that. If you want to, there's a bit of information on that page. It'll then take you to this page. You've got a couple of testimonials, a little bit of information, and then there is the order summary. Now, this is all secure. It's using a platform called Teachable. Very, very secure. All your credit card information is obviously never saved by me or anything like that. I never see it. You put your information in. It's got all encrypted, all that sort of stuff, nice and safe. Just how you would use, buy something off the internet, like a clothes manufacturer. It's exactly the same. And you would enroll in the course, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get immediate access to all of the modules on there. And actually, if you click that link down below, the first 4 videos are free. You can watch those videos right now. They're free. You can go and have a look at them literally right now. But you're going to get access to the course in full. In the first few videos, I'm going to give you some links so you can obviously reach out to me. You're going to get access to the private Facebook group, and you're going to get all the resources that you're going to need going forward, okay? But that's all once you're in the course. So like you said, you guys, you can get started right now for $497. Let's go through some questions, some kind of frequently asked questions that I sometimes hear. What else do I need? Nothing. You literally don't need anything. The reason I created this course is I wanted to put everything, absolutely everything I knew into this video course, which is why it's like 6 hours long. That's why it's got over 80 videos of jam-packed full of content. There's no fluff. I don't go through like mindset stuff or anything like that. If you're getting involved, you've already got the mindset of you want to make money. You want to make money through e-commerce. You want to be an entrepreneur. So you don't need anything else other than a bit of time, a bit of hard work, and a bit of money, okay? Are there any upsells? There are some upsells, yes. So now, in terms of the course content, if it's $495, that is the price. You get everything that I've mentioned in this video. After you've purchased it, you'll have the option to get into a very, very exclusive mastermind group. And that is really for people that are looking not just to make money on Amazon, but looking to make money as an entrepreneur. Now, that is very, very, I keep it quite close-knit. But you have the option to get enrolled just then. I don't really allow other people to enroll in that course, enroll in that mentorship group, unless they are in one of my courses, okay? So there is an upsell, but you can just press no, okay? If you don't want it, just press no. Do I offer support if you get stuck? Absolutely. I offer a huge amount of support. I get through to my emails every single day. If you don't get a reply within 24 hours, I would assume that it's gone into my junk folder. Or I've accidentally read it, but that never really happens. So if you have a question, you email me, you put it in the Facebook group, you can get me on Instagram, you can get me on Facebook. You have so many ways of getting in touch with me. One of the things I pride myself on is the support. You'll never get stuck, guys, never. Do I offer a guarantee? Yes, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee if you are unhappy or if it's not for you. Just make sure, guys, that if you're feeling a bit unhappy about it, just do it before you've watched, 50% of the course, so we can have a little chat about it and I can discuss maybe why you're feeling that way. And if you don't want it, yeah, I'll just send the money back to you, as soon as they can clear it for your account. I guess that's really quick. It's just however long it takes your bank to put it into your account. But yes, I definitely offer a guarantee. Will this work in my country? Now, the beauty of Amazon is that you can start selling on Amazon in pretty much any country, and you can sell in any country. So if I want to start selling in the US, I can do it. Within a matter of a couple of weeks, I can get all the bank accounts sorted, all my, my limited company sorted, so I can go and sell in the US. I can sell in Spain, I can sell, in Germany, I can sell anywhere that Amazon has a presence in from the UK or from my country of origin. So yes, it will work in your country. Of course, if you have any particular laws why you can't go on particular websites or you can't do certain things, and that's down to your country. But Amazon make it very, very, very easy to be able to sell and operate in any country. Will this work for me? Now, it's not a case of will it work for you, because the business model does work. The reason why it would work for you is if you put the work in, if you're driven to succeed, and you stay consistent. You keep looking for products until you find one. You negotiate with suppliers until you've negotiated. You get your product in, you continue to work on it. If you put the work in, you'll get the results out, okay? If you half-ass it and you don't really put the work in, or you give up, then of course it's not gonna work for you. This is only for people that wanna put the time and effort in, because remember guys, all results aren't typical. This is a disclaimer, right? All results aren't typical. You need to be able to put the work in to get the results back. Do not think this is any sort of get rich quick. It is really not. This is, work hard on something for a bit and then make money in the future passively because you've worked hard, okay? So yes, it can work for you. You just need to take ownership of your own development. Cool guys, so remember, my name is Jonny Bradley. If you do want to look at my YouTube channel a little bit more, I do daily uploads. But make sure guys, if you want to get involved, do it now, okay? Just go down below. It's going to be in the description, the link. Make sure you do sign up. Any questions, you can personally email me. You can email me info@johnnybradley.com, and you can learn how to sell on Amazon in 2018 as a total beginner, step by step. Now guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed doing it. It's a little bit longer compared to my normal videos, but to get all this information in, it needs to be a bit longer, okay? If you have enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. That really helps me as a YouTuber. Leave any questions down below if you've got any questions. And of course, if you want to see more content to do with Amazon, I have a huge amount more content on Amazon and other different entrepreneurship kind of topics, then I want you to hit that subscribe button. Again, I really appreciate that. And you can send me a message, you can send me a comment, let me know you subscribed, where you're from, a little bit of information about yourself. I want to network with you guys. It's not about me just trying to sell you something and never see you again. I want this to be a community, and it is a community, so do say hello. As I said guys, if you've got any questions, let me know. Link down below if you want to get involved in the Amazon course. Do it sooner rather than later so you can start making money sooner rather than later. Don't get till next year and realize, damn, I wish I'd done that. Do it sooner rather than later, guys. I thank you so much for joining me to the end of the video, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.